Hey guys, okay, so this was totally not a planned video, but a lot of TV shows have officially ended. The Flash's season finale was today. So spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen the ends of TV shows, but I really want to just really quickly weigh in on this. So first of all, Vampire Diaries, Elena is gone for good. Now, I will be totally honest. I started watching I think in season one, and I stuck around for Caroline. I tend to find a character that I relate to the best and latch onto them and really enjoy watching their progression. So I watched the show for Caroline. Um, so I'm excited to see how the next season will shift with Elena not being there because so much of what goes on in the show has been Elena centered. So I am excited for that. I think that how they ended it with her was beautiful. I think that it gave some hope. I'm curious to see who will be there. I mean, we saw Matt in a police car, but Alaric without Joe and um, Matt's clearly there, but we know Tyler's gone, so I wonder if they're going to address that he left. It felt weird that Elena told Tyler to leave. Of all the people, I feel like Caroline maybe should have been the one to give him the, like, it's time to go speech, but coming from Elena, I know that they wanted to give them a moment, like give her a moment with all the main cast, but that just seemed like a weird moment. The originals, I feel weird because I feel bad that Gia's gone. I like Elijah and Haley together. My ultimate hope for the originals is that Cammy will maybe hook up with Vincent. I really hope that they bring Cole back. I would love to see when the Vampire Diaries ends, which might be next season, might be the final season, I don't know for sure. I would love to see like Caroline transition onto the originals because Klaus promised to be her last love, and it annoys me a bit that this new blonde with a conscience is like Klaus's new fascination, and I feel like that almost takes away from what he had with Caroline because it's not because of who Caroline was, it's that she was a pretty blonde that stood up to him. Like, what's going on with that? So Cammy's not honestly my favorite. I think she's a great character, but the fact that she's kind of always pushed together with Klaus, I'm always kind of like, really? Like, I really just, I'm a big Klaus Caroline shipper, so I would love to see more of that. I'm curious what they're going to do with Freya. I'd like to see some unity to that family, and hopefully a better outlook for Haley, because that's a little bit sad. What else? Arrow. What are they going to do with Arrow? I don't even know where this is going, because if you've seen the Legends of Tomorrow trailer, you see Oliver in the Arrow costume, so he clearly still has it going for him, but we see him leave with Felicity, so is the next season of Arrow going to have like him and Felicity kind of in the background doing their own thing? Like, I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that. And will Diggle finally get a superhero costume? The Flash ended tonight. Eddie, oh my gosh, Eddie, such a like noble sacrifice, such a good guy in the end. I always kind of felt iffy about him until Caitlin made up that total BS about like lightning psychosis, and suddenly Eddie was like all Barry's friend again. So I don't know. It's sad for Iris. I feel like that's going to put her and Barry, any potential for them, on the back burner for the considerable foreseeable future. Rain, finally get Mary and Francis together, and then poop all over it with the fact that Francis is dying. Again, super curious to see how that's going to turn out for everybody. Um, and then Kenna going away with her illegitimate child. I really had hope for her and Bash, so I'm curious to see if she'll come back. I don't know if she's going to be in the next season or not. And then Claude has quickly become one of my favorite characters, so we'll see how that goes as well. I'm not really looking forward to seeing what Catherine and Queen Elizabeth do together because I feel like that's going to be very destructive, and I just really want Mary and her inner circle to have a good life, so I feel like that's not likely to happen. The other shows that I'm really big on, Criminal Minds, super curious to see. I really liked that they brought in Jennifer Love Hewitt. I was very on the fence about her at first, and she ended up being a really solid character. So with her leaving, I feel like there's like the solid team, and they just keep trading out somebody every season, and I'm a little bit annoyed with that. I'd like to just see some more consistency. Chicago PD and Chicago Fire. What is going on with Casey in Chicago Fire, and what is going on with Aaron in Chicago PD? Like, get your stuff together, people. I mean, it's not necessarily Casey's fault. It seems like he's in a bit of trouble, but I would like to see Voight step it up and take care of our boy. What other shows do I watch? This is like, there's so many little recappy things. The Blacklist ended rather exciting. I really just wish that Tom and Liz had just gone off together. I really did love them as a couple, especially like season 2 Tom was far more interesting, or season 2 Jacob rather. So yeah, that was a thing. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., always impressive, just absolutely like, what? I'm so curious to see what's going to happen next. I think that the twist with Sky's mom was just inspired. Of course it was. Poor Coulson losing an arm. And just to see what happens, and I guess they aren't doing the spin-off now with Bobby and Hunter because they became too solid for part of the team, so that's kind of cool. And Gemma and Fitz finally reconnecting, and then Sheriff getting swallowed by that freaky artifact thing. I hope she's alive. I really do. And Once Upon a Time. Emma the Dark One, that's a new twist on the tale. I'm curious to see where that's going to go and who's going to be involved. Honestly, the one issue that I have with Once Upon a Time, the thing I wish they would just tell me is what the hell happened with Will and Anastasia, because Alice's book said that they were like all happily together, and now Will is rebounding with Belle. So how did that happen? And I've heard so many arguments where it's like, the producer said that it's happening after Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, and then some people are like, maybe it's a prequel. So I'm waiting for an explanation on that. It's annoying to me that it hasn't been given yet. But yeah, so I'm just really curious to see where all of these shows are going. Guys, I am curious for you guys to tell me which shows you are watching with an addiction of craziness, and what you thought of the finales, and what you're expecting for next season for your favorite shows. Let me know, comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll put a link to my main channel as well, and I will see you guys whenever I do another random video. Okay, bye! Ah.